the first and only game made by Steven Spielberg. Steven
Oh,
Spielberg
wow.
wrote the story for this game, and it's a fantastic adventure game with a fantastic story. It was very cool that we decided to do this, because I got something in the mail just today. So I've been playing a lot of this Pokemon Yellow, and I'm trying to get, because I never played it before when it released. I actually played it, but I never beat it. So I've beat it the other day, and I was thinking, hey, why don't I try to get all the 150 Pokemons that are in here? And then I discovered you actually have to have friends that have the other versions. There's the red and the blue version, because there are Pokemons that only show there. It's like, hey, Dan, you don't have any friends. You never get all the Pokemon because you don't have any friends to trade with. And to those people, I say,
Dan, did you buy
checkmate.
Friends? Oh.
Yeah, he went and bought himself a friend.
No,
like,
I don't need any
friends. The rope broke and he got away.
I will say this. That's how you sell some fucking games, though, ain't it?
Yeah.
You need the other two?
Exactly. So that's my first submission. All the first generation Pokemon cartridges.
The oest of G's right there when it comes to the Pokemons. I remember just anytime there was a cartridge that wasn't gray, it was like a big deal. It's like, whoa, that's cool, you know. Obviously, the original Zelda was like that. The gray one initially, or the gold one initially, was like spectacular. But to see the, I thought that was pretty cool. I wasn't even a Pokemon guy for sure. So, but cool, nice. Well, when did you get those, Dan? Just today?
I just got this today. This one, the yellow one, I had for a while, but these two, the red and blue, I got it just today. And something really cool about those versions is that a company called Gradiente, Brazilian, are they Brazilian, or do they sure. do you guys have? They're probably Brazilian, because they used to be the ones who would distribute stuff here in Brazil for Nintendo, and those cartridges still have the Gradiente. If I can get it to focus.
Yeah, close enough. Okay.
Yeah, it still have the Gradiente little sticker in them. So this is really, really hard to find, and I'm really proud that I found those with the sticker still on them.
Yeah. How do you spell Gradiente?
I'll put it on the chat.
I've actually considered trying to find new unopened copies of those games to save. Man, they're so fucking expensive to find an unopened version of those. It's starting
to get super rare. Those classic games that everybody looks for, they're starting to get super expensive and hard to find.
Yep. Blabs, you're up.
All right, so I'll just do one really short one. So back in the day, EA used to own the license to the Harry Potter video games. Well, when they made the Quidditch World Cup video game, they did a little promo item. So here it is. It says Quidditch World Cup. It's a bit hard to read because it is reflective, but it says the game launches 31st October 2003. And inside was a set of 4 pins of the Hogwarts the crest, so Gryffindor, Slytherin, Hufflepuff, and Ravenclaw. So that was kind of cool. They don't really do that anymore, cute little promo items like that. And also, it's one of my favorite video games from Harry Potter. So that is one little guy. There he is.
Nice. Very cool. Nice. When did you get that?
I don't know. Probably when, like, maybe 2005 or something. But yeah, this came out in 2003, and I've had it since I can remember.
Mm-hmm. Travis?
So, when I was, I don't know, like 5, me and my mom went and got a belt for my grandpa for Christmas, right? It's just got coins in it and stuff. Let me turn off my virtual background.
It gets invisible. Cool.
Hey,
okay.
Look! Kirby!
So, I have been going through, it's taken me like 5 years because I wanted to, when my grandpa died, we couldn't like cut it up and give it to my brothers and stuff because then we cut up my grandpa's shit. Well, they were very hard to find, and it took me 5 years of searching online, but I found enough of these to give as gifts for Christmas for my brothers.
So you're gonna give those to your brothers for Christmas?
And they weren't cheap, and they weren't easy to find.
So you have belts.
He's got a collection of belts. I did not have this on my bingo card today.
Well, yeah, go ahead.
Neither did I.
Travis, you have a nice background.
Yeah, why don't you just use that?
Yeah,
I'm actually gonna color more pictures and put them up.
that's cool.
If anybody knows who Mushy Fluff is, she's the one who did these.
Moosh. Yes, Moosh is great. Yes. That's outstanding. And yeah, keep that background from here on out, Travis. I like the color. It's good. That you won't turn into a ghost.
Or tomato.
Or tomato. That's right. I guess it's my turn. So, like I said, I don't collect a whole lot of stuff. I don't go out searching for things to put on my walls outside of periodic table of supports. But I do have this. I did have a small window of time where I was really into collecting like arcade games, like actual big old arcade games. You guys see, you got NBA Jam back here. NBA Jam is one of those that it's my favorite arcade game ever. I love it. I mean, there's Street Fighter 2 and such. And I actually have, this is really stupid for me, but I actually have the actual NBA Jam operations manual that was received.
That's awesome.
That's cool.
Yeah, so this is really neat. It actually has the date. You can see this is January '93 in the upper corner over here.
I bet you that there's not a lot of these that even exist, because that's not something you like hold on to. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And it gives you this is a full rundown of how to set up your arcade cabinet. It goes into like the menus and everything attached to it, how many credits for a game, the different options, the attraction mode, like it has all these really intricate things in here that nobody, voltage and jumper cables and all sorts of what's your certain cables you need to use, soundboard parts. Like this is all super, super niche. And there's also this nice little area in the back for notes that says notes on the back of it. It's like if you just, but it's good.
Old manuals used to have that.
Yeah. It's fun, but it gives you the whole wiring diagram for the, for how it was supposed to look when, I love that stuff. I think that's really, really fun. So very niche, but I thought I'd share that with you guys. Dan,
awesome
your turn.
Stuff. Okay. So to represent some of the things you see here behind me, it's one of the weirdest things that I collect. It's big box PCs, those big boxes that the Windows 95 and Windows 98 up to the early 2000s and back in the 80s too, MS-DOS games used to be on those really big boxes because that was their marketing. Pretty much like vinyl, like the art itself was the marketing. So some of the rarest stuff that I have here.
Is that in box? Is that sealed?
No, it's not. It's just really well taken care of.
Is that Merlin?
No.
Oh.
Man, I'm with you on that, Dan. I love those big old boxes.
Yeah, they made some of those for Harry Potter way back in the
art
day.
on
I
them
first knew them.
It's just great too. As I was a kid, I that's what got me to buy a game.
Because they will stand just like this in the store shelf, and you would like the one who would call your attention the most. It would be the one you would buy. So it was their marketing. So this one is sealed from the good old Sierra Online. So a lot of people don't know this, but Sierra Online, they used to do a lot of point and click adventure games back in the 90s and 80s too, some part of the 80s. And at some point, they were bigger than Activision on the PC game market. They were like a huge game company. This is Torrance Passage. It's super rare. It's super rare, and it's sealed. So I'm really proud of that. It's a point and click adventure game. And the last one is,
just for reference, on price charting, that goes for $75 new. If it's graded, it goes for $82.50. So awesome stuff. Those PC games are not very valuable because they don't have a lot of demand for them, but the offer is really, really limited. But very few people collect those
because you can't if you don't have the old PC, you can't play them.
Exactly. I have it, but there are also emulation options that you can have a DOS box, which is a MS DOS emulator. There are virtual machines that you can install Windows 95 and Windows 98, and there's GOG.com that they release old games, good old games. They release old games for the Windows that used to be for MS DOS and Windows 95 and even Windows 3 and stuff. For modern computers. So hashtag not sponsored, but this is the last one. The dig doesn't look like it's sealed, but it is. It's one of those seals that it just seals the opening of the box because they want more space for marketing, and I love those. Like they're not happy
like
with
books,
only the front. You open the box and there's more marketing for you.
They
here.
really don't use that reflective rainbow shit enough.
Yeah, I was just thinking the same
awesome,
thing.
Right? Yeah. So something really cool about the dig is that it was the first and only game made by Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg wrote the story for this game, and it's a fantastic adventure game with a fantastic story. It's Steven Spielberg. So yeah,
love it.
Really recommend it. I'm really proud of this one.
Blabs, you're up.
Right, so I actually posted a video about this on my YouTube a week or two ago, but I have a teapot. It's a pre-film, so it's like an illustrated version by like Fred Boat of Harry flying. This was before the movies came out because they didn't have any actors to base it off of, so it's all illustrated. It's by a company called Johnson Brothers. They do a lot of like porcelain, like dishware, teapots, all that stuff. And so this, I believe, was made in Portugal. Yep. So made in Portugal. It's from 2001. If you look, it's got the little golden snitch on it. Like it's
have
like,
you
it's
used
like a proper
it?
No, it's like a proper teapot. No, I would never use it because I feel like the paint would come off too or something.
Yeah. Can you take the lid off and show us?
Dishwasher safe. It's that old. It's like one of those ones. I think
if you would use it, what kind of tea would have to be in there?
Tea.
Oh,
can you show us the pattern on the lid?
Yeah. Okay. So let me just.
Because it looks like a fancy teapot.
Yeah, so it's basically got the crest on it. It's really hard to see.
Yeah,
I'll send you photos of it later. But it's
definitely
got the crest.
Not to use. Yeah.
Got all the crest from Harry Potter. So like all four houses. I think even maybe the Hogwarts crest on here. No, it's just the four houses. But yeah, it's really nicely detailed, and it even has the little thing on like the lip that doesn't fall out or anything. Like it's a proper teapot, guys. And I have multiple teapots actually. I got like 3-4 of them at this point. I don't know. I like teapots.
Okay, and once again, I guess I'm the last one to go, but I don't, like I said, I don't like to collect things, but I do like to have things from, the nostalgia is really a powerful thing. We've talked about this. Mm-hmm. And one of my biggest regrets probably and this is really, it's not really a regret, but I do wish I kept it around. We had an entire, the entire catalog of Nintendo Powers back in the day.
Oh, really?
And I still have some of them. These are some of my favorite ones from back in the day. Obviously, Battletoads.
Yeah.
Star Tropics.
Great game.
Those are nice. I love the colors.
Yeah. So this is Blabs. This is quintessential early 90s, right?
I wasn't born.
No, you were not. You were not born at this time. But you notice just the vibrant colors, and these are so fun to go back and look at.
It reminds me of Goosebump books. That's color scheme that they use.
That's awesome.
So when you go and you look, right, for sure. Just the like in this color scheme, just the pinks and the purples. This was really, really something that was, I would say, very early 90s, like this bright and pink. But this is, and I don't know if anybody else can speak to this, but the anticipation of receiving a Nintendo Power or a video game magazine every month was something that was like unmatched. It was so unreal. And this has, it has posters in it.
Sometimes they were misleading because I wanted the Atari Jaguar or the Jaguar because they said it was going to be so cool and the Nintendo Power.
Right. But like and I love going through this stuff and seeing, this still has the inserts on it and stuff.
Like a time machine.
Right. And you can see, okay, here you go. Look at this. So this has like the power to the players, measuring success. And it tells you like how this was rated. And this is when they were just implementing their rating system. But Blabs, does that game down there look familiar to you?
No.
It's Castlevania.
Oh yeah. I was looking at the other left. My right.
Vilter says, "Why aren't you wearing white gloves? Your oils, no."